Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to Learner Competitive Exam. Dear students, today we will discuss about what is a sentence in grammar perspectives. ये जो हम सेंटेंस की बात करते हैं ग्रामर के हवाले से, तो ये क्या है? अगर ग्रामर की रूह से देखा जाए तो एक फ़िक्रा या एक सेंटेंस किसे कहते हैं, वो क्या होता है? आज हम इसकी डिटेल डिस्कशन देखेंगे। ग्रामर को देखा जाए, व्हाट इज़ ग्रामर? बेसिकली ग्रामर इज़ द सेट ऑफ रूल्स दैट गवर्न्स द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ लैंग्वेज. Language evolves and changes over time. Knowledge of grammar helps in spoken and written communication. Three basic units which constitute the structure of language, which are phrase, clause, and sentence. A phrase is a group of words that make incomplete sense. It is a part of a sentence and cannot stand alone. It does not include a subject and a verb. For example, in the south have no sense. A pink dress also no sense. As like at 10 o'clock also no sense. So, a clause is a group of words consisting of a subject and a predicate. It can make complete sense on its own. It may or may not be part of sentence. Clauses are of two types. First, main or independent clause, which can stand by itself as a complete sentence and function as a single sentence. It consists of a subject and a predicate, like she has a diamond ring, Ali lives in Lahore. In above example, she and Ali are subjects, has a diamond ring, and lives in Lahore are predicates. Also, the whole clause makes complete sense. Hence, subordinate or dependent clause does not make complete sense on its own. It depends on main clause. However, it consists of a subject and a predicate. For example, she has a ring which is made of diamond. This is the place where Himalayas was buried. In both sentences, words in italics are subordinate clauses, as they on their own do not make complete sense and are dependent on the main clause. She has a ring and this is the place. Both are independent clause. She has a ring. It is complete in sense. This is the place. Also complete in sense. So both are independent clause. Definition of a sentence. A sentence means a group of words that makes complete sense. It begins with the capital letters and ends with a full stop. It always contains a finitive verb. A finitive verb. A sentence may be a statement, question, exclamation, or command, consists of a main clause and one or more subordinate clauses. A sentence may be short and simple or long and complex. For example, she likes sweets. Next, she likes Pakistani sweets. She likes Pakistani sweets which are made of milk. She likes Pakistani sweets which are made of milk and are tasty. In simple terms, a sentence is a set of words that contain a subject, what the sentence is about, the topic of the sentence, and a predicate, what is said about the subject. For example, You speak English. You is subject. Speak is verb. English is or speak English. These are both words belong to predicate. For example, next long example, Ali and Aslam speak English when they are working. Ali and Aslam both are subject. Next, predicate speak English when they are working. The whole complete sentence is a complete sense. Note that predicate always contain a verb. Sometimes, in fact, the predicate is only a verb, like smoke rises, just verb. So we can say that a sentence must contain at least a subject and a verb. There is one apparent exception to this, the imperative. When someone gives a command, the imperative, they usually do not use a subject. They do not say the subject because it is obvious the subject is you. Look at these examples of the imperative with and without a subject. For example, stop, which is predicate and also a verb. Wait a minute. Wait is verb. Wait a minute is predicate. Have both have no subject. You look. You is subject. Look also predicate and as well as verb. Every day look. Look is verb. Every day is subject. So look is also predicate. Note that a sentence expresses a complete thought. Here are some examples of complete and incomplete thought. First of all, sentence, he opened the door. Of course, complete thought. Come in, please. Complete thought. Do you like coffee? Complete thought. Which sentence have no sense or not a sentence? People who work hard have no sense. A fast moving animal with big ears also no sense. So both are not not sentences. Note also that a sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop, me period or a question mark or an exclamation mark, me exclamation point, like people need food and at full stop, how are you and at question mark, look at and at exclamation point. Actually, it is not easy to define a sentence. Grammarians do not all agree on what is or is not a sentence. For the purpose of introduction, this lecture describes rather simple sentences. Of course, sentences can be much longer and more complex, and these will be covered on other pages. First of all, we discuss types of sentence. How many parts of a sentence? Subject, predicate, direct object, indirect object, object of the preposition, verbs, phrases, and complements. A sentence consists of the following parts: subject, person or thing about which something is stated is called subject. Second, predicate. It is that part of a sentence that tells something about the subject. For example, his sister worked in London. Next, the flight arrived late. This is my car. The young lady was running. The temperature in Sakardu is 0 degree. The above statement, the italicized words are subjects while the other words are predicates. Next, direct object. What is direct object? A person or thing which receives the action of the verb is direct object. It comes after the verb and answers the question like what. For example, Sohan ate breakfast. The breakfast was tasty. Nana read the book. He repaired his mobile. I have written a book. Above sentences, italicized words are direct object. sentence structure is subject, verb, direct, object. Indirect object. What is indirect object? A person or thing that the action is done to or for is known as indirect object. It is receiver of the direct object. It follows the verb and answers the question whom. The indirect object usually comes just before the direct object. For example, she made Chinese for the breakfast. Robert is sending his wife an email right now. Rohan has made his mother promise to work hard. Mrs. Joseph teaches them communication skills. Above sentences, italicized words are indirect objects. Sentence structure is subject, verb, indirect object, and direct object. Now, what is the object of the preposition? It is a noun or pronoun that provides meaning. The noun that comes after the preposition is called the object of the preposition. For example, the cat is looking at the mouse. In this sentence, the mouse is the object of the preposition at. They are going to Ooty. Here, Ooty is subject of the preposition to. Dear students, object of the preposition is different from the indirect object. Remember, the object of the preposition comes immediately after the preposition, whereas the indirect object does not come immediately after prepositions. Moreover, the indirect object is usually followed by direct object, but this rule does not apply to object of the preposition. For example, Shiraz gave Mohsen the book and Shiraz gave the book to Mohsen. The first sentence, Mohsen is indirect object. In second sentence, Mohsen is object of the preposition to. The meaning of the both sentences is the same, but their structure is different. What is verb? A verb means that part of speech which describes an action or occurrence. For example, John ran a mile. Perry is a teacher. We know the solution to this problem. Italicized words are shown as verbs. Verbs are following types according to their function in the sentence. First, finite verb. A finite verb or a main verb agrees with its subject in person and number. It forms the main clause of the sentence. It also changes according to the tense of the sentence. For example, she is a professor. They are professor. She goes to college for 5 days a week. They go to college 5 days a week. Is, are, goes to. These are finite verbs. Non-finite verbs. A verb that does not change according to the person, numbers, and sense of the sentence is called a non-finite verb. Non-finite verbs have three types. First of all, infinitive. It is generally used like a noun. Generally, the word to is used before the infinitive verb. For example, the air is human. To forgive is diamond. Asha loves to sing. Italicized word air, forgive, and sing are infinitive verb. Participle. It is a verb which can be used as an adjective. Present participle ends with ing and past participle ends with ed or t. For example, we saw the breaking news today at 7 p.m. The broken glass cut my foot. The food tasted like a burnt log. Italicized words are participles. Number 3. What is gerunds? A gerund is a verb but acts as a noun. It ends with ing. For example, she likes reading poetry. Playing football is not allowed in this park. Running is a healthy activity. Painting keeps me busy. I enjoy dancing to classical music. Reading, playing, running, painting, and dancing are gerunds. What is auxiliary verb? The verb be, have, and do, which are used with main verbs to make tenses, passive forms, question, and negative, are known as auxiliary or helping verb. These includes is, on, are, was, were, has, have, had, does, do, did. For example, there are three auxiliary verbs that can be remembered using the abbreviation CHART, be, swim. Can, could, has, had, have, which are given. For example, she is working on her dissertation. Is is an auxiliary verb. This song was sung by Lata Mangeshkar. Was is called auxiliary verb. Modals. Modals are used before main verbs to express meanings such as ability, permission, possibility, and obligation. For example, can, could, may, might, possibility, must, will, would, shall, should, need, ought to, used to. Geeta can drive a truck, ability. You may go, permission. We should speak truth, obligation. I might rain tonight. Sorry, it might rain tonight, possibility. The temperature might drop tonight, possibility. What is transitive verb? The verbs which always have direct objects. In other words, these give action to someone or something. Therefore, these are also called action, the verb which express double activities. For example, Robert told a lie. The traffic police fined the driver. The dog liked the bread. Told, find, and liked are transitive verbs. Intransitive verb. An intransitive verb indicates an action that does not pass over to an object. It merely expresses a state or being. For example, watchman. The watchman remain awake. State. There is a snake. Being. She danced. Action. Next, what is phrases? A phrase means a group of words that makes someone sense but not complete sense. It acts as a single part of speech. It may not have a subject or a predicate or both. Phrases are of the following types. First of all, prepositional phrases. It is a group of words that begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun or gerund. For example, he gave the job to her. Her car is stuck in traffic jam. The army works for the entire country. The underlined words are prepositional phrase. A prepositional phrase is generally used as an adjective or adverb. When used as an adjective, it comes after the noun or pronoun which it is describing. The objective case of pronoun me, him, her, us, them, whom is used as a prepositional phrase. For example, Mughal Garden is part of Rashtrapati Bhavan estate. In this sentence of is, the preposition Rashtrapati Bhavan state is the noun and is the object of the preposition. The phrase decided the word part. Next, noun phrase. Noun phrase consists of a single noun or pronoun and itself modifiers. It does the function of a noun. It may be used as a subject, an object, or a complement. For example, the dark fall smoke engulfs the locality. Noun phrase as a subject. Ali does a lot of office work at home. Noun phrase as object. The Constitution Club is a great place for a press conference. Noun phrase as complement. Verb phrase. In a verb phrase, a main verb and one or more helping verbs are linked together. It serves as the predicate of a clause or sentence. It defines the different times of the action. For example, I have read a book, I was reading a book, I have already read a book, I must have been reading a book. What is complements? A word or a group of words that completes the meaning of a subject, an object, or a verb is known as complement. First of all, subject complement. A subject complement modifies or refers to the subject and follows a verb. It may be a noun or an adjective. For example, Taj Mahal is magnificent. The adjective magnificent is a subject complement that describes the subject Taj Mahal. Next, Mehdi Hassan was a ghazal singer. The noun phrase ghazal singer describes Mehdi Hassan. Object complement. It modifies and follows an object. For example, voters elected her a member of the parliament. Member of the parliament describes the direct object her. It considers smoking cigarette harmful to health. Cigarette is the direct object. Harmful to health describe it. Next, verb complement. Direct or indirect object of a verb is called verb complement. It may be a noun, pronoun, or a word group of words acting as a noun. For example, Robert gave Mohan my umbrella. Robert is the indirect object. My umbrella is the direct object of the verb gave. Both are verb complement. This is division of sentence according to function as well as according to structure. Dear students, if you remember structure of a sentence already discussed in our channel, now inshallah next video we discuss division of sentence according to function, declarative, assertive, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. डियर स्टूडेंट, ये थी ऑल अबाउट सेंटेंस और उनका स्ट्रक्चर, सेंटेंस किससे बनता है, इसके कितने कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट होते हैं। इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट वीडियो में हम इसकी टाइप्स बाय फंक्शन डिस्कस करेंगे। तब तक के लिए अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। अल्लाह हाफिज़।